A Duggar family friend ultimately spilled the beans that led to Josh Duggar's conviction. Before they were infamous for Josh Duggar's misdeeds, the Duggars were seen as wholesome TLC personalities who only wanted to share their upstanding values with the world. Years later, they are blacklisted from reality TV and have one child in prison, who ultimately revealed the Duggar family's biggest tragedy. Turns out it was a family friend named Bobby Holt. Josh Duggar admitted to numerous crimes before he turned 18. By the end of Josh Duggar's trial for possessing inappropriate material of children, it became clear that wasn't his only crime. Josh admitted to having assaulted multiple children over the years, with most of the crimes having occurred while he lived at home with his parents. In a sad twist, it seems some of his younger siblings didn't know the details of the assaults that happened to them, leading to heartbreaking moments during the trial. The fact that the news took so long to come out not only to the public, but also to the Duggar kids themselves, hints at just how powerful the Duggar family is. They apparently had connections who helped them keep things quiet. What, exactly, was Bobby Holt's testimony? It's unclear how many details Holt revealed or how she was questioned, but her overall statement was very specific. She stated that Josh Duggar told her that he had touched 4 girls, ages 5 to 12, inappropriately, and that he had committed an assault on an unnamed girl in 2002. When Josh Duggar stated this to Bobby Holt, he was 15. Details of Bobby's testimony are minimal, but other interviews with the Holt family give more details. For example, Bobby and Jim Holt gave an interview on a podcast and revealed more information about the Duggars and Josh's criminal history. Jim Holt, a former Arkansas state senator who had been lifelong friends with Jim Bob Duggar, as well as the family's neighbor, said that Jim Bob only spilled the beans about Josh molesting children when their daughter Kelly got in a relationship with Josh. The Duggars never formally announced that Josh was courting Kelly. His only public relationship was with his now wife Anna. It's not clear whether Josh and Kelly were technically courting, as the Duggars normally do, or if the family hid the pair's relationship after it fell apart because of Josh's bad behavior. Jim noted that the only reason the Duggars informed him about Josh's criminal acts was that he had cheated on Kelly. Later, when the information was out in the open, it seemed Kelly was still in a relationship with Josh, because one evening he called Bobby Holt and said he was tempted to commit another assault. He apparently spoke with Kelly, then after he got off the phone, touched one of his siblings inappropriately. In a recap of the podcast and the events the Holts described, the Hollywood gossip clarifies that by that point, Josh had been acting inappropriately for 3 years already. But Jim, Bob, and Michelle were still having him babysit his younger siblings. The Holts and others pressured the Duggars to out Josh. According to the Holts, the Duggars sent Josh to a treatment facility right after the incident, but were able to check him out and bring him home like he hadn't committed a crime. That didn't seem right to the Holts, who thought that the Duggars had informed law enforcement about what was happening. Ultimately, the Holts pressured the Duggars to do the right thing as word began to spread around their community. Jim Holt threatened to turn Josh in, but he never had to. Unfortunately, the Holts said that wasn't the entire story. The Duggars were hiding more than they let on. Jim noted, "Believe me, there's a lot of stuff that was confessed that night by the Duggars that hasn't even been out in public anywhere. Stuff that if we told you." The Holts' allegations echo similar rumors about how wild the Duggars, specifically the boys, actually were while living at home. Yet few other people have come forward from their community to lay the facts bare, and the Holts didn't seem to come forward until their daughter accidentally publicized that they knew the Duggars' secrets. Kelly apparently wrote a letter about all the things she knew about Josh and what her parents had talked about, and the letter wound up in a book. When the book changed hands, years later, someone reported Josh. So while the Holts say Josh turned himself in, it doesn't sound as if he did. At least, he didn't until he knew he couldn't hide it.